Hey guys, so I know I'm looking a hot mess here, but I don't care. I came here to do another eating video with you guys. Anyways, been at the lake for a little while. Well, the park. I guess you'd call it the lake. But anyways, me and the boys went there. Felt really nice, but the sun was extremely hot, and the sun is right here shining in right now, which is wonderful. I love the sun. But anyways, so I've got some Captain D's here, kind of starving. I got the kids McDonald's earlier and I really didn't eat, so I'm like, I need something, and I really didn't want to go home and cook anything, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. So I got some, it was like their $5 box, and I don't know if y'all can see this, but you get like piece of fish, a crab cake, and hush puppies, shrimp, and 2 sides. So anyways, I figured I would bring you guys along and do a little eating and chatting video with you guys. And of course, I got the Captain D sauce, and then I got some cocktail sauce because I'm a huge dipper, guys. Y'all know that by now. And I got some tartar sauce. I was actually over there in the parking lot. I was going to film over there, but like it was really loud and music was going. So I came over here and like the big lots and like the Tractor Supply, just because for some quietness and privacy, because there was like people all the way around. But anyways, what do I want to eat first? So, hope everybody's doing good today. And this fish is extremely fresh and hot. So, I pulled out one of Reba McEntire's like new gospel. Well, it's partially new. It's been out for a while, but the one that has Sing It Now and like with the older hymns. Me and the boys were going down the road singing Amazing Grace, and what was that other one? Oh, I Fly Away. It was great. I would look over at Isaiah and he'd be singing, and when he'd catch me, he'd stop, and then I would look back again, he'd do it all over again. And then of course Justice, he was back in the back. He was singing, probably hiding and singing too. Oh my. This is great. So, I'm gonna go home. I'm either gonna take a shower or a bubble bath. I don't know yet. I had to work today and it was exhausting. But it wasn't that bad compared to other days, so my job is very rewarding though. I love it. It's so sad how dementia and Alzheimer's can just take over a person's life, and it can hit so quickly. It really breaks your heart. And my mama had it, like she was like getting in her last stages and stuff, and it's just so heart drenching. Like they forget you sometimes, and then they just don't remember. And I remember talking to my grandma asked her if she remembered who I was. And she called out my name. Life is so fragile. When you get in the line of work like what I do, it's not really just a job to me. It's more to it than that. Like these little old people, and there's even young people that comes in and out. Some that's my age, some that's older, some that's not too old, and especially the ones that's been there for a long time. See, I'll be there for a whole year, starting July the 4th. I've been a whole year and I've not missed not one day of work. But these little old people, they just they become your family. Like you see them every day. I spend like half of my time there with them. And don't get me wrong, at times it gets stressful, but any type of, work that you do wherever, you're going to get stressful. But not only is it my job, it's also something that I'm doing, like, taking care of them and loving them and being there for them. Some people just don't even have anybody. It's a very rewarding job, and God sees the future ahead of my life, just like He does yours. I don't quite see, like, I have a vision of where the things in my life that I want and the accomplishments that I want to do, but God sees the greater picture, and I do know that it's all, making it circle. I'm not perfect by no means. I make my mistakes. I have ups and downs. I struggle day to day, just like you all. Some days are harder than others. Some days my heart hurts so bad you just can't even stand it. Like I did a video the other day, and I was trying to talk to you guys, and I'm like, I deleted it because it was just not what I wanted to put out. And my heart was just kind of all over the place. My emotions was all over the place. And I'm like, some days you just can't explain how you feel, or, but through it all, during each difficult time of your life, the Lord is really molding you and leading you and shaping you into what He wants you to be. So, got some shrimp here. The most important thing to do is always to stay focused. And sometimes staying focused is the hardest dang thing to do. But you always manage to do so. Because the enemy tries every power in hell to defeat your destination and where you need to be. It's like either the closer you get, the more of a setback you get. And it's like, where's the breaking point? Yada, yada, yada. But I went to the park, which I told y'all already. And I have been reading this occasionally throughout this month and the beginning of last month in the M. And it was really, really speaking to my heart and stuff. And it's talking about the character of God and who He says He is, and how He loves us unconditionally. And the name of this book is called Perfect Love. And I'm sitting here doing an eating video, and I'm just jabbling, but it's okay. And of course, I've got my candy paper here over on my book. Wow. Hang on a second. But anyways, I was jotting down stuff. And sometimes in life, we just gotta press and keep on pressing regardless of whatever situation in life that you're in. And no matter how like heavy I feel that I am, or the burdens that I carry, sometimes I still try to press, because if you don't press, and if you don't keep pushing, and if you don't keep praying and keeping the faith, you will be in defeat. It's simple, it's easy to give up, but why would you give up when you've came too far to look, to turn back and look back? You just got to keep going forward. But anyways, that's totally not the one that I needed. But it was talking about, it said, in order to trust God completely, we must know the character of God. So it was talking about the character of God. And I had read like that chapter. And it says, of course, you got to seek God and find Him. And God is a good God. He doesn't have respect of persons. Choose a relationship with God so He can heal everything in your life. And this stuff was just drenching my heart, because like for the past, while, seems like it's a never-ending cycle. But I'm feeling relief now. Slowly, I'm starting to feel it. But the hurt within my life and my spirit and my soul, especially this past week and the week before, it was just, I was like fighting with like, I don't know, like sadness and just stuff that the devil was trying to like, bring me down with. Loneliness, hurt, pain, didn't understand stuff. And the part that said where, choose a relationship with God so He can heal everything in your life. That's all it takes, is one little ounce of faith. And He can do the impossible that we think that He can't do. I thought that was somebody I knew. But it's not. And it's so funny how the Lord uses stuff in certain times of your life to broaden your vision and what have you. It says God will work it out for you, or for the good, if we trust in Him. God is merciful, and we don't deserve mercy, but God gives it freely. And God is faithful. God is with you when you are, this was awesome. God is with you when you are going through trials, and He's planning you breakthroughs. When all others forsake you, God will stand by you. People may shift and change, but God is unchanging. God is love. God is faithful to forgive. So that stuff just really drenched in my spirit, and I guess that's God's way of talking to me in certain ways in my life that I needed to hear. He knows exactly what we need. But, the greatest gift of all is love. We all want love. But the question is, do you give love? Do you give the right kind of love that you're supposed to give, like the Christian love? And a lot of people just don't have it. So I'm striving daily to get to where I need to be, and to meet the callings upon my life. And it's crazy because it's already going through cycle, like the desires of my heart that I had, like being in CNA and like stepping up into nursing, and it's already happening. We at times focus on the small picture, but God sees the big picture ahead of us. And I try to remind myself that daily, but sometimes we get down in the dumps and our vision gets off focus. But until I get to where I need to be in life and accomplish the things that I need to accomplish, I'm going to keep on going. Even if I have to crawl, there's days that I feel like I'm barely crawling, but I'm going. And people, try not to worry about people, because people talk. Hurting people hurt hurting people. And I didn't understand that, but now I do the more I look into it. And sometimes in life it's best just to not even, just have silent of everything. And I was there a few days, like, you know, I try to come on here and talk to you guys because y'all are like family to me and friends. I've met some really nice friends on here. People that have been, just have came into my life and was like, you know, our souls connected, and it was a true, I believe it was a true God thing or what have you. But, you know, I believe that we do meet people at certain times for different reasons in our life, and I have met multiple people on here that has really brightened my life and has helped me out, and y'all are just amazing and awesome. But I try to keep stuff out there for you all, because I know those of you that follow me want videos, but here in the past, I guess, month or so, I've just been, I caught myself there at the end of about, I guess, 3 weeks there toward that end of that long setting that was crap that was bothering me within my soul and my spirit. I just couldn't, like, I would focus on stuff and I would try to do videos, but like what I was wanting to talk about wouldn't come out the right way, or so I just, you know, didn't do them. So I know y'all understand, because, you know, we all have a life and we all have our own battles and stuff that we fight. Some people on here that watches YouTube or whatever don't even put film out, and the things that they battle through in their life, you know, could be different than mine. Some could be the same, but in the end, I started YouTube to help with people for couponing, and then it just blew up from a bunch of random stuff, because I'm just I'm full of life. I just like to do a lot of things, and y'all know I'm rumbling so much. I've experienced so much loss in my life, so much death in my life, so therefore I try to live big, I try to do big, but sometimes I get knocked down. There's a freaking fly up in here, it needs to go, like, totally. It's about to tick me off. But just know that if you're going through something and you don't understand, give it to God, pray about it. God, like that book that I'm reading, God loves us regardless of the mistakes that we make, or if you don't go to church enough, or you don't read your Bible enough. God loves us regardless, and He's there for us. Don't ever let anybody tell you and dim your light because you're not maybe meeting up to their expectations, because none of us will ever meet their expectations. I mean, none of us can ever meet God's expectations, because we're flesh. We can strive to do good, we can live good, you can live a pure, clean life, but we're flesh. So flesh, we were born in this world full of sinners. And, you know, I've kind of, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've kind of sort of not really drifted away from God, but I guess you could say that I have, because I've not, you know, been going to church like I should have, and, you know, living 100% like how I know I should be, like taking my kids to church every time the doors are open, because my mom did me that way. But the older that I got, I don't have no excuses for this. Inside churches nowadays especially, there's so much strife and drama and judgment, and it's just ridiculous. And it's like, no wonder why people don't want to go, because of that and the hurt that you get. But you can't really focus on that. But what I have known, no matter the situation within my life and the obstacles that I've encountered in my life, I always hold on to that hope, and I always hold on to God, no matter what. I don't care if, if we fall, of whatever trouble that's within your life, whatever, something that the devil bothers you with to attack you. Even if you fall, you need to always know that God loves you and He cares for you. The moment you start feeding into Satan and people's lies that they feel into your ears and your spirit and your soul, you're going to start believing it. And then the moment you start believing that mess, you're going to start sinking and getting in a deep, dark hole, like how I was, feeling worthless and nobody. But then God reminds me that I am somebody, and He loves me, and I'm special, and you're special. And the devil don't like that, because he knows if you like if you're saved, and he knows if you have a call upon your life and you're His and everything like that, God has you always. He will never leave us, ever. Ever in our life will He ever leave us. The only ones that ever leaves us or leaves Him is us. And, I have a huge calling upon my life, and I've talked about this time and time again. This little mess that I'm in right now, this little trial and tribulation and craziness, that my life's kind of leveling out now, but I'm talking about divorce and, all this crazy stuff. In the midst of this, I know that God is doing something within my life, and of course it's up to me to make the decisions to where I need to go within life, which is already lining up, because God has really, I think that God's really put me to the place, like my work, where I'm working at. I was put there for a reason, and I'm just really thankful for that. And I'm thankful for His unconditional love. And another thing in the book that I was reading about was you can't really 100% love anyone until you love yourself. You can look for relationships, friendships, but if you don't love yourself, you're not ever going to be happy, ever. And it's kind of strange, because the more, I've been by myself for, Lord, how long have I been divorced? Since January. But throughout all of those months and stuff, you really start finding stuff out about yourself, and you really just learn so much. And I'm just really thankful of God's mercy and His grace, and how He's carried me time and time again, even when I couldn't see nothing out there but pure darkness and void and hurt in my life and pain and misery. God carried me, and He kept me, and He loved me. And He still loves me. God is just so amazing. When you don't really have family or anything, and sometimes you feel alone, and this little gentle brush will just sweep over you. It's God. I mean, who would it be, And He's done that for me time and time again. And none of us deserves anything that He gives us. But He loves us, and that's who He is. God is love. So even when we fail Him, it don't make Him happy, but He still loves us. He would never get rid of us. And so that's what's been on my mind. I need to write a book one day, and I will one day. I've got so much things in my life that I need to do that might seem so small to you all. But for me, there is so many people out there hurting in this world. And that's where my heart is. People out here that are homeless, and people that don't have nothing or nobody, and just don't feel like they're cared. That's where I believe my calling's at. And of course, the sick people. We all have a calling upon our life. And if we're not doing what we're called to do, we are miserable individuals. But it's just, I know it's like right around the corner for my life, but sometimes you just don't even need to think about it. You just need to live and, you know, let God, you know, mold you into what you need to be. And when it's time to, you know, blossom out in life, that's when it'll happen. And y'all just say a prayer for me. And I just, you know, I need, you know, guidance and direction, and I'm praying about, you know, where I need to go to church at. There's several churches around here, but I just don't know, you know, where I need to go. You know, stuff like that you wonder and you think about, and you're like, where do I need to go? And then, like, before you know it, you ain't even going nowhere. Which I try to go when I can, but when you work like I do, every other freaking weekend you gotta work, which Wednesdays is not an excuse either. But I'm not gonna lie, I've just not went because I have been so distraught and can't even explain it. But God knows exactly, you know, the way I've been feeling and stuff. But today I woke up, like I said, something woke me up this morning around 4 o'clock. Well, I didn't tell you guys. I had posted it on Facebook. And I woke up and I looked outside and I was like, Lord, it's bright out here. Did my phone not go off? And I had to be up by 5. Picked my phone up and it was like 4 something, like 4:05, 4:10. I'm like, what the crap? Why am I up like this? So I was going to reset my phone, went to the bathroom, came back, laid down, couldn't sleep. I'm like, all right, today's a new day. So I get up, get me some coffee, put me some clothes on, and put on my makeup. Girls, I done it good too. Well, I mean, it wasn't flawless, but normally I don't have enough time, and I just put on a little bit of mascara and stuff and go. Today, I had a time to put on a full face. I had time to put on some glitter, which it's like kind of melted off because I've been sweating out in the sun. Put on my mascara, put me on some perfume. I was ready to go, and I got to have my coffee. So I think some of the loads, I mean, it was for a couple of nights, you know, it was just like, honestly, it was torment. Like, I was just so, like, sometimes when I'm away from my kids, I get like that. I miss them so much, and you know, you get stuff on your mind and stuff. But when I woke up, it was like all the loads were lifted. And, you know, I always try to pray within my spirit, even when I can't pray within my spirit and my soul. I'm always trying to press and pray. So you can't ever give up hope. The stuff that you face in life is only temporary. We're down here for temporary. And if you think about it, life is so short. What will we be left as down here? What kind of person will you be considered as? I mean, it's something to think about. But for my mess that I've been within in my life, and things that has happened to me, you know, at a younger age and all the way up into my adulthood, I do know one thing, that God's going to turn my mess into a message. And you know, you never have a test without a testimony. So all of the mess that I'm encountered with in life, I've always got to remind myself, hey, one day it'll be used for the Lord, and it'll be used for His glory, and it's going to be used for me to help somebody out there that thinks that they can't make it, but hey, they can. Because you know, when you, like with me, I don't have a mom, I don't have a dad, and I know y'all get tired of hearing that, but I'm sorry. This is my life. This is who I am. And it used to hurt me so bad when I would see people having their moms to go home to, which I live in Rockwood. My mom used to live in Spring City, so I was kind of used from separation, but I'll talk to her every day. But when you have none of that, and you're in a deep, dark place, such as a divorce, which I've moved past all that mess, but like all of the emotions that you have had, and you know, you need your mom, you need your family there, and when it's not there, it's a hard place to be. But I'm telling y'all, if I can make it by myself, hey, you've got it. But the key is that man up there. I don't care if I messed up 100 times in my life. I knew where my help come from, and I knew where my strength come from. And I'm thankful that God never gave up on me. I'm so thankful for that. Because I'll tell you what, I need God every single second, every single minute of my life. I need Him. And if anybody ever walks away from Him, it's us. But yet, His unconditional love that He gives us is there. And He's faithful for us time and time and time and time again. So that's what's been on my mind right now, and I figured I'd share it. Don't ever let anyone, and this is I'm probably telling this to myself too, because I'm preaching to my own self, but don't let anyone ever tell you that you're not worthy enough, and you know, God doesn't, you know, see you as anybody, you know, you're a complete failure. Don't believe those lies. Do not believe those lies, because at the end of the day, it's you and God. And you never know who you come across in life that you could be that blessing to. Or you could be that someone that can make them take another step in life to get past that little bump that they're carrying. And with me, you know, God's put people in my life. God's put friends in my life. And, you know, it's up to us to show people how we are and who we are. And if you fail, hey, pick back up and go again. That's all that you can do. That's all that I do. But anyways, I'm drinking some Sprite. Got my nails done, by the way, guys. Do y'all like them? It's a different color. It's like a rose goldy, like a gold copper tone color, but I like them. So now, I'm going to go home, try to upload this video. It's like 33 minutes. Lord help me. I have rambled and rambled and rambled. But I have missed talking to you guys, and just know that I'm thankful for you guys, and I love you guys. I don't know every one of you guys that follows me on here, but, you know, I'm thankful for you all as well, even the ones that I don't even know that watches my channel. And the ones that do, hey, hope everybody's good. And I have got to get caught up on YouTube. I have got to. It's like, I'll scroll, and there's stuff on people on there that I don't even know, and I'm like looking and looking and looking, and I'll click on it. It's like a never-ending cycle. I don't know if it's where I'm subscribed to so many people, but like the ones that I do like know and like try to watch every day, I have to search them and stuff up. So anyways, I have got to get out of this. Like, I'm hot and sweaty, and I just need to go get me a shower. But I think I'm gonna take a bubble bath tonight, because I'm wanting to relax, and then I'm wanting to go to bed. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.